We live in a time of major change and transformation in the market research and insights industry. In light of this, what do market research professionals think about their careers, their profession, the areas where new training and upskilling is required, the role of AI as it captures the imaginations of so many people, and other timely topics about the research and insights profession? Those are the topics we'll be discussing today, all based on a new global study of market research professionals. Hi, everybody. I'm Ed Keller, the Executive Director of MRII, the Market Research Institute International. We're a not-for-profit educational institute providing training and education about market research for professionals worldwide, serving both market research professionals as well as those with a need to understand market research. And with me today is Anthony Jackel, a valued board member of MRII and a collaborator on the research we'll be sharing today. Anthony, do you want to introduce yourself and then get the ball rolling on what we learned?
Yeah, happy to. Thanks for having me on today. But yeah, excited to talk about it. So my name's Anthony Jackel. My day-to-day, I head up business intelligence and analytics at Ferrara Candies. So your favorite sweet, sugary treats like Nerds, Sweet Tarts and Laffy Taffy, but also a very proud board member at the Market Research Institute International. As Ed mentioned, we want to talk to you about the love of learning today. We're going to have a little bit of a conversation about what we learned, some of the key insights. But the love of learning is our annual study about the market research and insights industry. It is fielded with insights professionals. So it's about the industry amongst people that are in the industry to really learn about what's driving satisfaction, where there's opportunities for improvement, and really some topical, conversations as well that we kind of dive into each year. We talked to nearly 400 market research professionals around the world. And one of the things we learned, I found it really amazing that I found that the industry is a very satisfied group. We found that nearly 2/3, 65% of the people we talk to are either very or completely satisfied with their job in the market research industry. Actually, the thing that was really interesting this year, and it was actually because we got a lot of questions last year about the presentation at some of the conferences we were at, people asked, well, how does the satisfaction compare to other industries? And one thing we found this year that we added a question for is that 65% of people have the satisfaction, but nearly half say that they feel like they're more satisfied than people in other fields, which we thought was really, really cool to see. Optimism is high for the future. Majority of people, about 55%, are thinking that 2024 is going to be a better year than what 2023 is. And we're also in an industry where a lot of people recommend it to others. 6 in 10 actually say that they're likely to recommend the career to others. I always joke that I feel like it's the best kept secret in the world of business and marketing, where we get to do a lot of the fun stuff and help drive some of the strategy and insights behind what we partner with our brand counterparts or on the agency side with some of the clients. But definitely a place where people have satisfaction. And some of the places that they find the most satisfaction is the relationships with their coworkers, having the freedom to innovate on the job. And even 6 in 10 say that they're really satisfied about opportunities to learn and grow. So with us, at MRII, we're all about education, training, and development. That idea of opportunities to learn and grow really struck a chord with us. So maybe, Ed, I'd love to turn it over to you and maybe talk a little about what you found really interesting and maybe, focusing on that idea of learning and development and growth.
Yeah, great. So to begin, let me build on something that you were just discussing, Anthony, namely that topic of career satisfaction. Well, it turns out that satisfaction with opportunities to learn and grow is the single biggest differentiator between people who are the most satisfied with their jobs versus those who are less satisfied. There's a 49-point gap there. So this is sort of core to who we are. We're an industry of people who are smart at what we do, and we like to learn and grow and keep up with things that are new and developing. And it's a huge differentiator. The people who have that opportunity to learn and grow are far more satisfied with their jobs and their careers than the people who are less likely to have that opportunity. And what drives people in our profession to learn? Well, for nearly everybody, it's keeping up with things that are new. 84% say this, and there's certainly a lot of things that are new these days in our industry. It's been a time of tremendous innovation and new tools, new skills needed. In second place, mentioned by a 56% majority, is that it makes the individual more valuable to their employers. So people realize that the more I know, the more valuable I am to my current employer. In third place at 46%, so 10 points behind that, is that it makes the person more valuable if and when they look for a new position. So I can be more valuable to my current employer, and it makes me more marketable maybe for the future. And there was an interesting quote from some of the qualitative that we did from one of the people who works for a market research agency. They said, I don't presume after 25 years in the business that I know everything. The more you know, the less you actually know. I love that quote. The more you know, the less you actually know. But I love the consistent variety. We have teams that specialize in certain verticals that we're expected to serve them all. So we serve healthcare, automotive, CPG, high-tech finance. It's really allowed my world to be much larger. We get to tap in for a short amount of time into all those different client industries, and it's eye-opening. I learn something new every time. So this is not a matter of formal training in this case, but it is a matter of sort of that love of learning, keeping up with things that are new, learning new skills, learning about new industries. And speaking of new skills, when it comes to the particular skills that people feel it's important for them to learn for the future, drum roll please, AI and machine learning tops the list, cited by a 59% majority. So people think that's important for them and their colleagues to learn for the future. Not surprising how new generative AI is, how rapidly it's becoming deployed in our industry. But interestingly, it's not the only high impact skill that people feel is important. Just a few of the others, advanced analytics, 49% feel like that's an important skill for the future, even though a lot of people feel they're already using it today, and research automation. Those are kind of the top four. So definitely AI, but not only AI. And here's the chart that we wanted to show on that. We can see the artificial intelligence there in the middle, boxed in green, but second from the top is the data visualization tools. Two below that are the advanced analytics, and right below the second green bar is the research automation. So anyway, Anthony, speaking of AI, we got a lot to say about this from our research. Do you want to talk about what else we learned?
Yeah, for sure. And I think the one thing about AI that's really interesting, especially with the chart that we were just showing, is with this being an annual study, this is the second year that we've done the love of learning. Last year when we did this and fielded it in would have been 2023. I'm trying to get my years right. That usage and impact was a lot lower. So it's been a year and there's already been a huge uptick in the amount of people that say that it's a skill set that they think is important for the future. But Ed, I think you mentioned it. We actually did a pretty detailed video and deep dive about AI already, which is available on our MRII YouTube channel for those that want to check it out. So I'll probably just keep this a little bit brief and call out some of the highlights. But one thing that's for sure is that insights professionals are definitely excited about AI and what it can bring to their jobs. I feel like we hear a lot about it at any conferences we go to about how partners are using it, but even the people that are in the industry, we're excited to see how it can really help us. And what we learned is that nearly 3/4 of professionals that we talk to are feeling very or mostly favorable about AI as it relates to their jobs. And already we're seeing that 40% of the people we talk to are finding ways that their teams are already using AI in their work. We definitely did see that there might be a higher proportion of those at about 47% on the agency and consulting side that are using it today versus on the corporate researchers, that number was about 25%. So definitely, a delta there as far as who's using it. But for the most part, a really strong majority, I think the number was like 72%, believe that AI is going to make their job better. So one thing that, as we thought about the usage of it, and I feel like I always see a lot of articles and conversations about AI being a concern and a job replacer, but the people we talked to, it really wasn't as much of a thing that popped. It was more, positivity for it, usage to help people be more efficient and effective in their day-to-day. And I think we saw that, 60% of people were saying they weren't concerned at all when it came, to AI. And those that were concerned, it was only about a third, and 4% saying that they're very concerned. So overall, it seems like the people we talk to in our industry are very bullish on AI, and I think that's maybe that lean in mentality of always learning, having that curiosity to figure out how I can use this new tool to make my job better and help find better insights. So that's what we learned about AI. Again, there's a little bit of a deep dive if you're interested in our YouTube channel. So Ed, why don't you take us home from here?
Yeah, thanks, Anthony. And I really was fascinated by those AI results. Often in research, you do things to confirm something. I really had no clue what people would think about it. And I was quite impressed by actually how much people see it for the benefit it can bring. And they're just not all that worried right now that it's going to be a job displacement area for them. So I'm happy that the industry is bullish about AI. I mean, all in all, our research reveals a profession that's largely satisfied and optimistic about the future. A 55% majority came into 2024 expecting it to be a better year than 2023. 6 in 10 are completely or very likely to recommend market research and insights as a career. It's not just something they like doing, but it's something they would recommend to others, maybe addressing that best kept secret idea that you talked about at the beginning, Anthony. Tell others about it. And 9 in 10 are confident that they'll remain in our industry in the year to come. There is one particularly troubling finding from our study, however, and that's that half of respondents say mental health is a concern, either a major or a moderate concern to them when it comes to their job. And with so much conversation about the topic of mental health today, we do see this as an area that's right here in our profession at a fairly high level, and it's a real warning signal for all of us to be aware of and find ways to help combat this mental health concern, either take care of ourselves or take care of our colleagues. So with that, I would like to just conclude by thanking you today, Anthony, and thanks for helping us with this research. I'd like to thank our research partners. Question Pro did our quantitative research for us. Brand Riffs conducted the qualitative research for us, both of whom are MRII sponsors. So we would definitely like to thank them. And we'd also like to thank all of the MRII sponsors who make what we do possible. We run online training and education courses with our partner, the University of Georgia, the Principles of Market Research and Principles Express. We hope people will check those out. Our founding organizations also include the Insights Association and SOMAR. We run a monthly webinar series together with SOMAR. So we hope that people will check those out. You can find more on our website, mrii.org. So thanks to the sponsors, thanks to the research partners. And let me leave you with just the words of Henry Ford, who said, anyone who stops learning is old, whether at 20 or 80, and anyone who keeps learning stays young. So let's keep learning, and let us know how we at MRII can help you learn by visiting again our website at mrii.org or emailing us at hello@mrii.org. Thanks for tuning in.
Thank you.